Good evening, young lady.
Well, all right. So you want me to just run it and then we can give it over to you later after?
Yeah, sure.
All right, wonderful. Welcome, ladies and gents, to the Friday night call. If you're excited to be here, let me see, put some ones in that chat and let me know you're happy to be here with me, because I'm happy to be here. Let me put on my ones. Let me see them chats, them ones in the chat. Happy to be here. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this Friday night call. So excited to be here. As I said it like 15 times, but I am. It is our depth weapon call, our depth weapon program call that we do every Friday night, and we drop nuggets and we learn a lot of information. So before we start the call, whatever, I just wanted to know if we have any new people on the line tonight. If you're new, you can raise your hand. If you want to say something, you may do so. If not, that's fine too. But if you are new, I would like to know that you are new, because we like to always welcome our newcomers and tell you thank you for joining us. Oh, Salvador, I am new. Thank you for joining the call tonight. We appreciate you being here and we appreciate you spending your time with us tonight. Is there anyone else that's new on the call tonight? Going once, going twice. Nope. All right, great.
Oh, Terry raised his hand.
Oh, okay, I see. I didn't see your hand raised. Terry, welcome. Salvador too, would you guys like to say something? If you do, you can unmute yourself. If not, don't feel obligated to. Terry, welcome to the call. Ronnie, he says, I'm new. Welcome to the call and thank you for being on the call tonight. If you would like to say something, you can unmute yourself. And if not,
yeah, this is Salvador. I actually got invited by Armando and Rochelle, so this is my first time, and just gonna want to see what it's all about. And
great. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. And thank you for coming on and introducing yourself.
thanks.
Is anyone else that's new
Sure.
online?
Yes, this is Terry. I'm sorry, but this is my second time on. I was late the first time, so I really, didn't get a chance to say hello. So this is my first time saying hello, and my
Okay,
second time in.
Welcome. Well, thank you for joining the call tonight. We appreciate you being on the line with us. And hopefully you'll get some nuggets tonight that'll be helpful to you and your family.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anyone else new on the call tonight that would like to say something? Again, don't feel obligated to feel pressured to say hello or anything. And if not, we're just gonna go ahead and move on with the call. So, we usually do so. Sabor, do you want to do the round table first, or you want to do the round table at the end?
We're gonna do the round table first, but we need the declaration, please. Hey,
Okay.
somebody named Trill Mouse.
Yep, Trill Miles. Well, he's hello. How are you, Mr. Trill Miles? Welcome to the Debt Weapon Program call tonight that we host every Friday at 8 p.m. If you would like to say something, introduce yourself, feel free to do so. We always like to hear people that come on and how you got here, but don't feel obligated. Oh, Woody sent me the link. Perfect. Thank you, Woody, for spreading the news. We appreciate you being on the call tonight. And hopefully, again, we'll be able to drop some nuggets that will be helpful to you or some good content. So what I'm going to do, did you make me the host, Sabor? Let's see if you made me the host, because I want to. Oh,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do. Why did it do that? Our declarations. Are we going to do our declaration? And I will actually. Well, I'll do it this way. So, as usual, and every Friday night, we do have our declaration, and we ask individuals to participate with us. So if you all can mute yourself and just engage with me and repeat after me. I would appreciate it. So our declaration is very important to us. So we built this, well, the debt weapon program was already established, but we came up with this declaration because it means a lot to us, because this is our goal, is to help individuals change their mindsets and make sure they're clear about what they want to do and what they want to, where they want to go, what they want to do with their finances. So I'd like to say, this is my life.
This is my life.
I declare today my mindset has changed.
I declare
today
today that my mindset has
changed.
I am clear about my path.
I am clear about my path.
I am debt free.
I am
debt
debt free.
I walk in the understanding of my finances.
I
walk
walk
in
in
the
understanding of my
finances.
finances.
I control my spending habits.
I control my spending habits.
Now, I know this is my favorite part, so say it with some passion, say it like you mean it. I am not a consumer.
I am not a consumer.
I am an investor.
I am an
An investor.
My money works for me.
My
Money
money
works
works
for
for
me.
me.
All things are possible to me because I believe.
All things are
possible to me because I believe.
I am financially sexy.
I am financially
sexy.
And I won't give up.
And I won't give up.
Yay. Yes, so that is our declarations, and that is what we're trying to get each and every person on this line to be financially sexy and to be an investor and not a consumer. So let's do the round table. Does anybody have any good news tonight that they would like to share with us? I know a few people got some good news, so don't be shy. Don't make me call you out.
Can we say something?
Yes, sure.
Okay, we just want to say hi and we love the meetings. Thank you. Thank you to Sabor. We appreciate everything you guys are doing. We invited Salvador here tonight. He's a good friend of ours. We go back a while with Nanette's group. So thank you. We welcome you. I know Lisa's here tonight. We appreciate that. And we are both just really, really excited. We just got your email, Sabor. So thank you for that information about the one that we're working on right now. That's the one in contract. So they are doing the contractor went over there today, and I guess we'll hear back tomorrow. So we're excited. And anything else in regards to our loan? We're actually still pending with our loan right now, right?
Yeah, we're just waiting for final numbers for our new program with Navy Federal Credit Union. So
For the
that's looking
HELOC,
good.
for the HELOC. So it's
And,
pending right
we should
now.
be able to move on.
So what's the dollar amount now? Is it 180 or 200,000?
You know what, they're saying at 150 as of right now.
He
but
called them.
we're
Yeah.
not sure. They would end
Hey,
up,
listen though, 150 is not bad at all.
Oh, 150. Are you kidding me?
right there, not- yeah.
Yeah.
So,
They're just asking for a lot of pay stubs for him. They keep going back, like they want like a little more than a 30-day window. So I just kept sending it, and the guy said, it looks great. You guys look great. You know, everything should be, it's in that pre-approval phase, right? And we should be wrapping up soon. So I've been following up with him every day, Sabor. So
Okay,
we're-
appreciate you.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it work. It's nothing. We're gonna make it work, no, regardless of what, you know that.
Yeah, we appreciate everything, Sabor.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
never have to do this without you.
So what she's talking about as far as the property, we have a property under contract, 2746 Windsor Parkway in Memphis, Tennessee. There's 4 group members that actually are doing a group. I'm sorry, yeah, with 4. It's 5 because it's husband and wife, and then Renee. There's but 2 companies and 2 individuals are going on contract. They actually put the earnest money down to buy property that we're going to sell or finance. The contractor went out and did the estimate today. He should have that word back for us tomorrow on the dollar amount that it's going to take for the rehab, so we can go ahead and move forward. So I'm very, very proud of all y'all. 2022 is ours. So I'm very proud of just for those that don't know, That's what she's talking about. They actually, some of our members are moving on to some more real estate. They moved up from level 1 to level 2 of the program.
Yes, and we'll be able to talk about that at the end of this call because I do have the information available. So congratulations to all the partners that decided to move on that property. And we're very excited about the opportunity. So we're looking forward to that. So I know Woody and HL.
Somebody else raised their hand. Are they still here?
Yeah, that was Jay Lee. That was HL and Woody.
That was me. My phone is acting up and it kind of kicked me off a second ago. Yes, we have really, really great news. We did some pre-approvals today with Renee during our meeting, and I was approved for a $10,000 card.
Okay.
So yeah, if you guys like, you could even ask Renee a month ago. I was really feeling down. I was like, wow. My credit score had dropped actually by like 54 points, but you know, Renee encouraged me, Sabor as well, really encouraged me. I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. That doesn't even mean much. Like, just keep doing what you got to do. And basically, yeah, thanks to them. Also, my cousin Michelle hooking me up as well, put me in on my little credit line and stuff. So, you know, all thanks to all of you guys. We're like a really great community that's like really helping each other and really like we just have to stick to it, follow the plan. And, you know, it's like we said, it's a lifestyle, it's a movement. So, you know, you just got to trust the process. I definitely wanted to stress the part about really trust the process.
So I know you was doing that money dance when you seen that dollar amount.
You know what I'm talking about. So definitely, honestly speaking, I was shocked. Even when my credit was higher than now, I didn't get approved for that high of a limit. So I guess, you know, everything that we did was worth it because my portfolio looked really decent. We dropped a lot of negative stuff on it. So yeah, it's not really about the number you're at because I'm not in the 700s club yet. We didn't get there yet. Give me a couple of weeks or something. No, I'm joking. Give me some time, but I will get there. But I can only imagine what'll happen when we do get there. So
yeah, so you know. And congratulations to HL and Woody on that. And I am their coach, so I'm excited and I'm very proud of the work that they did and that they were very committed and determined and disciplined, and they just executed the suggestions and what we decided to do. They were very they listened, they executed. So that's important. That's when you're working with your coaches to just execute what the plan is. So I want to say thank you to them for, you know, trusting me with the process. And they came a long way in a short period of time. They came a long way. So I'm very, very proud of them. And I know one of my other clients, Miss Nikosha, I know I'm calling her out because she don't just raise her hand. She has some good news today. So Nikosha, if you want to come on and just share your news, that'd be great. Or I'll tell it if you don't want to tell it.
Well, I was cooking, but yes. That's why I'm quiet. I try not to burn anything. Anyways, okay, so good news. My inquiries went down. Also, my cash flow increased to $1,000, bro. What? It was at 200 at first. Now it's at $1,000. What else?
So how's your cash flow increase by paying all your debts off? Now you bring
that.
Yes,
I had too much debt.
Oh, got you. So you paid it off.
Gone.
So you paid it off.
And the only thing now I just have is my Discover card, which I did that balance transfer when I paid off Upgrade.
Okay. Man, so that's the only card you have now, and you're velocity banking that, plus with that $1,000 cash flow back.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, go get it, girl. Hey, yo. First of all, I have to give a shout out to Renee. Y'all don't know, man. These coaches work hard for y'all, man. They go hard. She calls me all the time, like, "Hey, Sabor, I got this problem. How can I get this?" I'm like, "Okay, let's brainstorm." Renee goes hard for y'all. Anybody that's got Renee is coaching, please tell her she go hard for y'all.
Yo, Renee go hard in the paint. All right, we got a whole Steph Curry up in here. Okay, we not joking. All right, watch out, y'all.
She not playing. She don't play at all, though. She not playing.
That's right, Tamika. We don't be playing.
Not to mention a full-time job, double times and stuff like that. Listen,
and a part-time job, and a coach.
Okay,
and she tell you what you don't want to hear, but she said you can either You can either stay like you are, or you can make these changes. Because we not playing in 2022.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
I mean, so it is. I mean, it's a great feeling to be able to help
We
individuals.
love you, Renee.
Oh, I love you all back. I do. I love my clients. And we don't
Yeah.
just talk about the program, but we've built a relationship. So it's important to me to see that they do well, because not only I don't look at them just as clients, but you know, now we've built a rapport and a relationship. So their success is very important to me, because that means I'm helping them get there. So that is my goal, is to help them keep moving so we can make moves in 2022. That's what this is about, because we have been set back for so long and way out in the field where we started from, and now we playing catch up. And it's so good to see we're helping people being able to make these moves so that their financial goals are met, and that they are getting out of this paycheck to paycheck syndrome that most of us live in. So I am very, very excited. I know my name, it says Antoinette, but I am Antoinette Renee, and I am very, very proud to be a coach of this debt weapon program. I've learned a lot, and I'm able to teach a lot, and I'm able to help my clients, and I'm very, very excited about that.
Thank you, Renee. Thank you for all your hard work.
Yeah, I mean, Sabor, I mean, but it wouldn't have been helping if I did. So I have to say, and this is not like we patting it, but what we do pat everybody in the back, because we're proud of these milestones that we teach. But if it was not for Mr. Sabor Demiri, I wouldn't be here today. So I'm very grateful to him, because he's taught me this, and it's helped me in my life, and it's changed a whole lot in my life. I never would have thought about buying a car and putting it on tour or making money. My mindset has just opened up so much to different opportunities in different ways that I've never ever thought about before. So, you know, it really, I mean, thanks to me, yes, but really thanks to Sabor. So he's the mastermind behind this. Is there anybody else, with that being said, is there anybody else that have any good news that they would like to share? If not, Sabor, I'm just going to do a quick presentation about the whole velocity banking concept, and then we'll turn it over to you as usual.
Yes,
So is there anybody else that have any good news that they would like to share?
Well, I want to say something, whether it's good news or not, I don't know. I just want to say thank you for the people who introduced Raquel to this program, and Raquel introduced other people to this program, because she has impacted my life. Thank you, Sabor. Thank you for Renee. Thank you for Rosie, all the people who believe in us so that we can set up ourselves and our families, you know, for generations. No more, you know, going with chickens. We're going to be soaring with eagles, and I'm so excited. I don't like everything Renee say, but you know what? I'm gonna be better for it. So thank you for pushing me, because you know I can do better. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. If I didn't, if I told you everything you wanted to hear, we wouldn't make progress, because then, you know, you'll be doing the same thing. So I have to make sure. Tamika is one. I have to make sure we be transparent, and we do not hold our tongue. And I like her because she really gives it back to me, but she listens. So I'm very grateful. Grateful. So if there's nothing else, because we do have a couple of new people on the call, I do want to just go through the whole process of what we consider this velocity banking and what is actually changing people's lives. Let me just go back to my presentation. Can you guys see my screen? So I am Renee Allen. That is me in that picture. And I am one of the debt weapon coaches. I've been in the program for a while, met Sabor. And since I met Sabor and been in this program, I've been able to do 3 property transactions. And before I was able to do that, my credit and my finances were not in order. So I believe in this program because it's actually changed my life. This is Rosie. She's our debt weapon coach, and she's the member chair. If at any time you ever want to get involved or become a part of the program, you can reach out to her at rosie@demerifunding.com. She is one of our other coaches, and she is not able to be on the call tonight. She is just unavailable, but she's a fabulous and wonderful woman. She's easy to reach. And you can reach out to me at renee@demirifunding.com also. So let's just get right into it and talk about what is velocity banking. Velocity banking is a strategy that uses debt to pay off debt. We never heard of that concept. I never heard of that concept before until I met Sabor. And this strategy helps you pay off debt faster than the traditional method and helps you become debt-free quicker than the traditional way. And as you're doing that, it will boost your credit. Now, we have we have 4 different ways on how we can use our debt to help pay debt. We have the credit card, we have a personal line of credit, we have a HELOC, and the business line of credit. And if you once you join the program and you want to learn more about that, you'll be taught about each one of those different opportunities or different strategies to be able to use to pay off your debt. So questions that you might have about velocity banking is velocity banking is a totally new concept to me. Yep, it was new to me. It probably was new to most people on the call. Will it help my situation? Absolutely. If it is so good, why haven't I heard about it before? You haven't heard about it before. For me, is I just didn't know people and I wasn't able to be and meet people that were doing these kind of things. And there's a lot of reasons on why you probably haven't heard it. But you know, they say secrets are secrets until you actually get in on the secret. So we got in on the secret through Sabor, and he's actually showing us this strategy to help us. So the whole process doesn't fully make sense. No, most of the time when people hear about velocity banking, it doesn't make sense. But as you go through the process, it starts to make sense. A lot of people are nervous to make drastic financial changes. That's normal when sometimes we're afraid to make changes because we're so used to doing what we do, and new concepts that we're not familiar with does bring out fear. And can I afford to do this? I tell people absolutely, you can afford to do this. It would be in your best interest to do it. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful program. So velocity banking, just to show you there, just helps you to pay your debt a lot faster over time, opposed to traditionally paying it traditionally where you would pay more over time. And we do that by just making pay downs, and we don't do payments, we do pay downs. And that's the whole process of what velocity banking is all about. So if you're already in this program, or if you're absolutely interested in doing the program, we just ask you to just trust the program. If you believe in a God, whatever God you believe in, to just believe in that. Trust yourself, trust the process, and the coach that is working with you. Your coach really does have your best interest at heart, and we really do want you to win. So I want to tell you a little bit about Mr. Sabor Al-Demiri. He's teaching and creating a legacy through this program, because he has a passion of helping people get ahead and want to see them win. So a little bit about him. He's a husband, a father, and a mentor. He's my mentor and I love him. He's a real estate investor. He has 29 properties and adding them daily, weekly, monthly. He adds properties all the time. He has approximately $1.7 million in assets. He is an accredited investor. He is an acquisition manager of about $40 million of a $40 million fund in states, Texas, Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. He is a colleague. He and his colleagues broker about $2.5 million a month. He is known as the mortgage note broker in the world of mortgage lending. He has 4 LLCs. He is a consult of Velocity Banking, credit services, and real estate investing. That is Sabor and his beautiful wife, Ms. Joy Demiri. And I'm going to give this over to him. and let him take over and continue with the call tonight. And after he finishes the call, you can just turn it back over to me, Sabor, and I'll talk about the programs, the levels, and what they cost. And then we'll also talk about our youth, the program that we have for our youth, and the progress that we've been having with them as well. So without further ado, I'd like to present to some and introduce to others, Mr. Sabor Aldemary.
How everybody doing? So I don't really have a lot to go over. For the new people on this call, I always start out with this just so that you'll know a little bit about me. I've been in real estate over 20 something years now. Me and my wife is always like everybody else on this call. We started out struggling, trying to find our way. And it just so happened, God sets you up in different areas. I worked in the banking industry. In the banking industry, I was an acquisition manager. Then I went to work for a mortgage company where I became an abstractor. And all that stuff kind of put me in a position where I'm at now. Where I left the company actually folded, and I actually went out. I still had all these leads, so I created the acquisition company where we would buy performing and non-performing loans from banks. On top of that, if anybody's interested, I have 2.5 million in February notes already. But anyways, so my history basically geared me to start buying my own properties because I was actually, being an acquisition manager is just like a job. It's a 9 to 5. I was making money, but that money comes in and goes straight to the household. But I wasn't creating a legacy. So I started actually me and my wife started buying our own properties. And we bought our properties. We would sell or finance them. That's basically mean the borrower does not need a bank to lend money to them. We would be their bank. We sell the property to them and they pay us over 30, 20, 50 years, whatever their term of their property is. And they pay us monthly. So that means mailbox money for us. So we became their bank. But it was just a strategy that we started doing. So and out of that strategy, it became that I noticed a lot of people, especially the people that were in the homes, had poor credit, even when it came to the parts. Maybe I added a balloon. A balloon just means after 5 years, they have to refinance out and give us back our cash, right? Because back then we were doing a lot of balloon mortgages. So at 5 years into their mortgage, their credit was still poor and they couldn't pay us. Then they couldn't refinance. So we had to amortize their loan out and add an extra couple $100 to their monthly payment because they couldn't get out of it. But in that struggle that I noticed, a lot of the people that we had was minorities and they didn't know anything about credit. And they didn't know anything about how to build their credit or how to invest or whatever. So that basically came to the point where I started teaching other people how to broker notes, and brokering notes, it became a bad thing for me because people would actually end up brokering notes, but they wouldn't pay us for our time. So it just became a rat race. But anyways, out of all the struggles that we did, we ended up finding this program, and we figured that the power of teaching people how to actually leverage their name. I mean, their name is basically their credit profile, their adult report card, how to leverage their adult report card can actually create generational wealth, because that's all I did. I didn't do anything different than anybody else on this call, but leverage my adult report card. I use OPM, others people money, to build my wealth. So that's what we're trying to teach people here. But anyways, I'm going to share my screen here. And anybody have any questions about that before I go on? Because I know I have a big history, and a lot of people don't, I want people to be comfortable with me and this program and our coaches. So if anybody have any problems or questions, please feel free. I will answer anything that you want to know about me. All right. So anyways, in this program, we're going to teach you the correlation of proper banking. We call our proper banking system, which is the foundation of velocity banking. We're going to teach you credit building and real estate investing. Now, when I say that, if you refer people to us, please do not let them know that we're a credit repair company. I get a lot of referrals and they just want to come in and do their credit repair. We are not a credit repair company. I look at ourselves as more of an investment company, but we do teach credit building. But if we have clients that have bad credit, our coaches will get their credit to a point where we can actually start building on their credit, because that's what we're going to leverage. You will use your credit report to leverage that. We borrow banks' money and buy assets. If I borrow money from the bank and I owe them 200 and I'm buying a property that's bringing me 1,200, that's $1,000 spread. Each property, $1,000, each property I owe the bank. So I'm able to create a spread. So that's what our method and that's our mindset is in this program, okay? So why do we believe these three things, these correlations are important to us? In this program, it is important because people have negative beliefs about credit, especially, and poor money habits. Poor money habits and negative beliefs about credit will greatly impact your financial future. Many people were taught cash is king until it's time to purchase a car, apartment, a house, and even nowadays applying for a job, honestly. Another issue that arises with having low credit scores, besides being denied, is that if you are awarded credit, a lot of times it's more expensive for people that have low credit, because you're going to have to pay higher fees and, of course, higher interest rates, which increases your monthly payment that you have to pay, right? So in this program, we're going to teach you how to pay off debt faster. And a lot of people on this call, all of our members, that tell you some people have been in 3 months, 4 months, and they've already eliminated all of their debt. Not 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years. And I'm talking about 3, 4 months. Brandon, one of our favorite coaches, he's overseas in the military. He paid off his car in 3 months in this program, and he's actually paying off his car. Should be coming up this year, coming June this year. So it's all about the strategy and understanding. And I'm not talking about a 10-year mortgage. I'm talking about a 30-year mortgage you'll have paid off this year. So that's the power that we teach in this program, how to pay your debts off fast. And every debt that you pay off, every milestone that you pay off, you got to remember that's cash flow coming back into your household. If I have a car note I'm paying $350 a month, and I pay that car off in 2, 3, 4 months, I bring that $350 back in my household. I'm not paying that $350 for 5 years, whatever, 7 years, whatever term that you have on that loan, So that's what we teach in this program. Not only that, we're going to teach you how to get multiple lines of credit. And it's not low lines of credit. We want our people, all of our coaches have a set number that they tell their clients to utilize and use. We call it stated income, what to put on their put on their applications to make sure they get high limit cards. And I'm talking about 10 to 25K. And if they're business, anywhere from 25K to 50K in business lines of credit, because we don't just do personal, we do both personal and business credit in this program, because we do have business owners on this call. So anyways, once you're able to get your lines of credit up, we're going to teach you how to leverage that credit, which we call OPM. Everybody know what that means, other people's money. And once you learn how to do all that, we want you to go to banks and financial institutions, is what we like to call. What is it, y'all? Financially sexy.
All right.
We want you to be financially sexy. So financially sexy, to me, the way I term it, is not just be having a high credit score and your debt to income ratio is low. It's basically classism. When you go to banks or financial institutions, and either when you out on the streets and people see you, I get it all the time. No matter what car I drive, somebody stops me and first thing they want to know, they ask me, what do you do for a living? You know what I'm saying? My new thing is mind my business, but I mind my business, but no, a lot of times it's classes. When people ask you what you do, they want to know how they're going to treat you. So same thing is when we look financially, our credit score is high, our debt to income ratio is low. We have a monthly cash flow that's netting every month. Now you look financially sexy. Banks know how to treat you. So that's basically what we try to teach in this program, how to look financially sexy. All right. So anyways, I'm going to tonight we're doing something different. Normally I go over a topic every week, and I don't want to do that all the time. The topic came up for my wife tonight. I went in her office while she was working. I just don't know what to do she was like, well, just do a round table. Let everybody share their thoughts and experiences that they've had so far with their financial journey in the program. And so I want to do that tonight. So everybody, I have a little topic questions that I'm gonna ask people to go that's in the group to share their experiences so far. Okay. So before we go there, I just want to do a quick case study. Everybody pull their calculators out.
Yeah, buddy, we winning money tonight? Oh, okay, we're not winning money.
No, we got money. We got money later on, but this is just.
We got money later on. Okay.
Now we got money later on. This is a case study real fast. All right, so in this case study, we have somebody that's coming to the program. They have a rent payment or a mortgage payment of $1,500 every month. They have a car payment of $400, got a remaining balance of $13,000. They have utility bills, food, and etc. I didn't forget it this time, Raheem, and that's $1,100. Then they have a credit card payment of $35 with a balance of $500. The limit on that is $600. They have a credit card number 2, $35 payment, balance of $880, and a limit of $1,000. And they have a savings account of $1,200. Their income is $3,600 a month. I'm about to say $36,000 a month. All right. So I need somebody in the program. Let's go ahead and count their expenses, how much they owe every month.
Anybody? So can I participate?
Sure, I don't care who it is.
Okay, so their monthly bill is $3,070.
Okay. So $3,070. So
Yeah.
can you tell us what bills you added?
The rent, the
Mhm.
car payment, the utilities and food, and the 2 credit card payments.
Okay. Everybody got that? So $3,070.
Yes.
All right. So let's bring some cash flow. How much is that minus those two? How much is their monthly cash flow right now?
Okay.
$530.
How much?
$530.
$530 monthly cash flow right now. It's not bad cash flow. It's starting out. All right. All right. So let's start eliminating some debt. What's the first thing we're going to do?
Get rid of the savings.
Get rid of the savings. What are we paying off?
$100 credit card.
Pay that car off.
Somebody.
We're gonna pay the credit card off.
Credit
I
cards
say
are
did the
first.
credit cards.
Pay off the credit cards. Okay. Why are we paying off the credit cards?
Because that's going to be
That's gonna increase their
money
cash.
that you can use.
Okay. So we pay off the credit card balances. That means that $35 they were paying monthly now is actually $0. So that's $90. How much is that?
That's $70.
$70.
$70. I'm like $90, $70. So now what's their monthly cash flow?
$600.
$600. So we went from $530 to $600. Have everybody following me so far?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So what's the next thing we need to do here?
Celebrate the car payment.
Mm-hmm.
What's the limits?
Well, they have a $1,600 limit, but you only can use 30% of that.
Okay. So what's the 30% of the 1,600?
Yeah.
That is $480.
$80.
Okay. So they're going to make their monthly cash payment every month of
$400.
$400.
okay.
Plus the 480.
What's the
$480 every month. And they're going to use their cash flow to pay back the credit card balance. So that the credit card balance stays at $0 every month.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have a net cash flow of $200 something.
Right. 220.
Right.
220.
No. So
I really can throw that on the car payment.
So they'll have their car paid off in
14, about 15 months right now.
okay. So what do we need to do with the credit cards now?
Try to increase the limit.
Yes, increase your credit line increases, get credit line increases. Why do we want to get credit line increases? Now we have borrowing power, buying power.
It's
Because
called
of that
leveraging, right?
Yes.
leverage. Yep.
We
They
wanna-
reduce your utilization. It will make your you raise your credit card limit so you can have more utilization. So you can raise your 480 to whatever limit they give you to a higher amount too.
Yes. So say, and we always say 3 times the current balance on that credit card. You can't go to that
Right.
$30 credit card and say, give me 20,000. So you want to just 3,000. Plus your coaches will show you how to get high limit cards from there. Right, like one of the HL today. Whoop, whoop, got 10,000. Let me get some HL. All right, HL and Woody got the 10,000. So
Let me hold a little something.
yeah, we're able to leverage that card. Now, 30% of 10,000 is what?
I ain't paying attention.
3,000.
Sorry.
3,000. Just say we're using a 10. So now say they have a $10,000. I heard you, HL. Just sorry. I ain't got nothing. That's me too on my Facebook. People call, man, you know how many people in my family asking me for money? So, but just say we use the 10,000, right? So now we got 3,000 that we're dropping onto that credit card. That car payment. Our monthly net cash flow is 600, right? Six what?
600.
It's 600.
How many months does it take us to pay back with $600 to $3,000 that we borrow?
Let's see, divided by
3,600.
5 months.
5 months. So every 5 months, we're dropping down 3,000. How fast does it take us to pay off that car?
Less than that. It's gonna take like 2.
Hold on.
My numbers probably went a little too fast for you guys.
You're
Well,
dropping.
we do it every week. For the people that's new, we do this every week, so we should.
So she got 3,000 that she's paying and plus the 600. So 1,300. Let me just see the 3,600. Gonna take them
3,000. It would take 4 months, but if we're considering the fact that they're making their regular payment and the 3,000, more like 2 months.
I have the total car being paid off on my side 11.5 months.
for 13,000. Oh, you know what? You might be right because I put 1,300.
So 11 and a half months, they will have that whole car paid off. So what happens when they pay that car off?
Support that can't be right. If they're
You said drop 3,000 on
You
it.
gotta remember, you gotta pay the debt
You gotta
borrowing
pay-
back from the credit card as well, so you can keep revolving credit.
Yes, you have to pay back.
That's why he's coming up with 11 months. You all thinking
okay, that's
about.
why I was getting ready to say, yeah. So you got to pay it back and then do it again.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Al?
What's up, Chris? I hear you. That's my brother-in-law, y'all. He the master at this too.
No, I be blowing his mind. I keep calling him every 5 seconds, asking him questions. He said, "Man, just join the meeting."
Yeah, everybody does, man. It's okay. My phone always ring. They know. They already know I'm always available to everybody. Yeah, so now that the car paid off, that increases their monthly cash flow. How much monthly cash flow they have now?
1,000. Oh,
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead, Coach.
I was like 1,000 because they had 6. 1,000. See, there we go. That's me too. 1,000.
So there you go. Just like that, he has $1,000 net cash flow coming in for $530. So now he increases his monthly net cash flow. He's paid off all his debt. All he have is his mortgage payment. So what happened to the utility bills? What do we need to do with the utility bills, food and etc.? What do we need to do with those?
you can
Move those
probably
to
put those
credit card.
utilities bills on the. Put
Move
those
them
on
to
the
a line
credit
of
card.
credit.
They can put on the credit cards.
Cashback, yeah, cash rewards.
You want what
Especially
kind
if he increases limits.
What kind of credit card do you want to move those debts to? Your utility bills, your electric.
Oh, we want to move on to cashback cards.
Cashback or points rewards cards. Why is that?
So we could get free money. Then we
That's
don't
free
pay
money.
back.
Paying yourself for paying your bills.
Paying yourself or paying your bills. How many people have moved their lines of credit, their debts over to their line of credit, cash back and points? What's the dollar amount, the highest dollar amount you've seen so far in this program?
As far as cashbacks is concerned?
1,200.
You see 1,200? Okay.
700.
700?
We're about 700.
Yeah, we're about at 9, Raheem. Citibank, Amex, and there was like 900 last week.
Go ahead, Rochelle. I'm listening, Rochelle.
Yeah, we saw about 200 with Umpqua, and we saw another 135 with, what is that? It's not, no, that Umpqua is the green one. And then I think it's Sam's.
Oh, sorry.
Sam's, and then,
Citibank.
yeah, Citibank. And we're just trying to pay everything through the credit card, like you're saying, so we can get the points, get the rewards.
Yes. So a lot of times, if you have a rewards card, that's a credit card that's a rewards card, either cash back or points. With points, you can convert those points into cash. Of course, cash back stands for itself. You can take that cash back and put it back towards the statement balance. That's less money that you have to pay out of your household. That means you bring more money back into your household, right? A lot of times what we teach in this program, just tips and jewels here, is that when you pay your bills out of your bank account, you don't get cash back. You don't get points. You don't get a thank you on the back at that. You know what I'm saying? With here, when we teach you in the program, move all your debts to your line of credit, especially a cash back rewards card, you actually get money back from utilizing those cards for paying the same bills that you would pay anyways monthly, right? And that money you can apply back to your credit statement balance, or you can get it to your checking accounts. With either way, that I like to pay it back to my statement balance. That way I don't have to pay as much money back to my line at the end of the month. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Has everybody seen that to be an improvement on your finances?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I don't want to make, can't make sure nobody getting hurt in this program. All right. Going to the next topic here. All right, so we're going to do a round table, a little something different tonight before we get to the question and answers. I know everybody waiting on that money this week. Y'all breaking my bank. Not playing. All right, so experiences. I really want everybody to go over, your first credit card, your process with Navy Fed, loan payoffs. I know Nicosia, she called me like, hey, I need my payoff amount. They're like, wait, what? Those type of things, like what was your experiences asking for credit line increases, the rejections, what was the processes that you did, for going around first round table. Anybody that want to speak about that first? And do not be scared to share if it's good or bad, because somebody is learning from your experiences, trust me.
I would like to talk about mindset. Has been, I think, the biggest hurdle, but also the biggest reward being in this program, because we start out every meeting saying that we're investors and no longer consumers. And every day I have to make a decision to either buy something or not. And I have to remind myself that the way that you used to think about money is no longer serving me. So I have to make different choices. And it's a daily struggle, but I feel better because I actually like paying my bills. I like to be able to pay my bills instead of having, someone trying to come get me. So this has been a definite blessing to me.
I know the 2 weeks that we had off for the holidays, Danielle was saying, boy, I couldn't wait to get back. I was like feeling like I am an investor. During the holiday season, definitely at that.
I told him it's like AA meetings. I done missed a few. I got to get back to it.
This is true.
Anybody else want to share experiences?
Yeah, I'd like to say something too. I mean, it's kind of a struggle for me too, trying to just pay off like my debts. I don't have a lot of debts. It's basically just trying to get my cards down and just trying to stay at the program. But I just want to say, like, it's been helpful, like when I'm coming on and hearing other people's stories and the Facebook page. It just gives you encouragement, or gives me encouragement every day to just not give up, and saying the creed, the what we say at the beginning of the meetings and stuff. So I just feel like just don't give up, even though it's really hard sometimes, but I appreciate it, and it's working. It may not be like fast. It seems like some people are faster than others, but on my journey, it's just like one day at a time. And I think I just have to remember that I'm trying to do it the way I can get it done, and just not give up. So It's been good.
Okay, I gotta say it's been it was a challenge for me at first. I used to call Al all the time and just pick his brain, and he finally just told me like, hey, you just gotta look at how you see money. You cannot see money as being touchable. So what I learned to do is I recently just left my job. I was a state trooper for 5 years, and I decided to venture out on my own and start my own business. And the only thing that I had was a line of credit, which Al definitely helped me get, and I thank him all the time for it. I was able to get a line of credit for $15,000, and it was a struggle. Like I say, he helped me tremendously. And when I left my job, I just took a leap of faith and I started my own business. And I only had $350 in my bank account, and I maxed out my credit card. I mean, I wouldn't tell everybody to do that, but the way that he taught me was you cannot worry about what you literally have in your pocket right now. You no longer have $350 in your pocket. You have $15,000 in your pocket. And I was able to start a successful business. And let's say I've been lucky to get the advice from him, but you have to look at it as money not being liquid cash. You got to look at your line of credits, and he made a huge impact on my life, and he just helped me out the way that I look at cash now. So I try to always, get the best advice from him, and it actually helped me out a lot.
Can we say something, support?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we just want to really, really say that you guys are just amazing and incredible, because we didn't even know this thing existed. Right, Mondo?
Oh, I didn't realize it. I didn't understand it.
Yeah, we're really new to real estate. So about a year ago, we bought our first 4 properties. Like Sabor says, you've got to really vision your life changing and being successful. You have to see it happening and you have to believe it. And a lot of it is belief. A lot of it is mindset, just like you were saying. And we went out on a leap of faith, right, babe? And we just went out and took out a loan before we knew you, Sabor. We didn't know the loans were bad. And we took out a home equity line of credit. No, not a home equity, SBA loan, because of the pandemic. They were offering, to help businesses, and we're a new business and a struggling one at that, because we didn't have a whole lot of experience. We did one flip out here that we learned a lot of valuable lessons in. And we just said, we're going to do this thing. We're here to do this thing, and we're going to change our life and our family legacy. And I can't even say without crying. And we just went out on a leap of faith, and we bought these 4 properties with a lot of hand holding and a lot of coaching that we got from our team here in California. It's Nanette Berry, and she's the one that led us to Sabor. So we got under the wing of another coach that helped us, and we went and explored, and we took we were studying the market. We were out there just learning the market, looking at houses and just visioning it. And we did it. We took the leap of faith and we bought those 4 properties. And we just feel happy because we're helping people. We're providing housing for these people. And there's 3 Section 8 tenants, and then we have a market rate tenant, and we're just providing a home that they can live in. And it makes us feel happy. They have to chime in because I'm losing my mind here. I don't mean to be crying, but we're just.
It's been an incredible journey, and obviously now we're opening up the door for a new journey. And this journey now is, going into the seller finance is still providing a home, an opportunity for people to have something that they'll never achieve, because the banking industry really doesn't care about you and us. They care about the ultimate thing is the dollar, their profits.
Yes.
And our goal now is like, okay, you know what? If we can get this thing understood and a well-greased machine, then we are going to be able to be unstoppable. And that's really what we're getting. And every time we're here, it's just, we get bits and pieces more of what we need to keep focusing
another
on.
piece of the puzzle. And if it wasn't for you, Sabor, like you were saying, this is what you got to do with your credit. Because of Sabor and because of us taking action, you guys, we were able to get almost $236,000 in lines of credit for Mondo and I to help us grow our business between personal and business.
And we'll be opening up another 150 now with Navy Federal Credit Union. So obviously we're going to be sitting in a whole different situation going forward, which will be more opportunities, to really take advantage and and get things moving in the direction that we're focused on, and believe, and pass this word along, because you've seen, we've invited quite a few people, and some will show and some won't, but it doesn't
Right.
matter. They will come when they're ready. And
Yes.
so far, we've had quite a few people who've liked it and joined, and they continue to show up, not every week, but eventually they'll get their lives where they want to be by getting involved and taking action. And that's really what this
It's
is
about taking action. And you're right. It's like the growth, the challenge is your mind. It's your mind, because you sit there and you can listen to the negative part, talking yourself out of it, or you can just say, no, I'm going to do what I need to do to change my life, to change my family's life. And it is incredible, right, Mondo?
Yeah.
When you just wake up every day and you're like, okay, what can I do to get closer to that? It's focusing all the time on how you can make it better, how you can grow, and going through the adversity. And like you said, the ups and downs with getting the lines of credit, and you get rejected. And I mean, we go through everything with that. You get accepted, you get rejected, there's different way to ask. And
it's all about, getting your time back, buying your time back.
Yeah.
Rochelle has already been able to leave her job, and she's actually just works on this business. And I said, your goal now is to get me out of work. So because together we're unstoppable.
Yes.
Once we're able to focus on this and just be able to have our time back, we can make choices that are going to better improve and give opportunities to many others as we continue to grow.
Oh, that is so amazing.
That's awesome. So
I have some good news.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me just do this, because we have a comment in the chat, and I just want to read it. Michelle's at a basketball game, so they're not able to actually just speak out and talk, but I do want to acknowledge that she did put a comment in. And she says, we're at a basketball game, but we're new to the program, so just getting started. Our first reward for us was the budget process and actually seeing every dollar we spend. It was eye-opening. And then she says, definitely a blessing to provide housing. It is a commodity, but should be a universal right. So thank you, Michelle, for even taking time out. I mean, you're at the basketball game, but you're on this phone call. So that has to say a lot to some people, because even though they're at a game, she didn't want to miss this call, and she just chimed in. So thank you for that comment. We appreciate it. We appreciate you joining us while you're at the game also. But go ahead, Tamika.
Oh, go ahead.
So I was just, I don't know, looking in I got an email, a Gmail message from Wells Fargo, and they just converted my secured card to a regular card. So now I can get points.
Awesome. That's amazing. Good for you.
I've been over the limit all the time, but since this program, I have not done it. Thank you. Yes, I get my security deposit back too. And I know we're gonna put it on something.
Oh, absolutely, girl. You better. We're gonna meet this week. We're gonna do something with that.
You're like, we're gonna meet tomorrow.
I gotta work tomorrow. I gotta do 16
Quick question for you, Tamika. Quick question for you. How long had you had that secure credit card before they flipped you over?
2 years, because I was doing the wrong thing.
And you know what? That's crazy, because I've had mine 2 years doing the right thing, and they ain't say nothing yet. You know what? I'm about to knock on some doors. I gotta do something.
Wrong thing.
Don't
You
be
got the
laughing
wrong
at me,
thing.
Michelle. You already know how I feel about stuff like that. They ignoring me.
No, but I was doing the wrong thing for such a long time, and then, obviously, speaking to Renee, because Renee don't play, and just trying to get out of this terrible financial thing that I got in, right? And I wasn't expecting it to happen that fast at all, but okay, bye y'all.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna go back off.
Congratulations,
I'm excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, just to chime in on Rochelle and Armando, I definitely, when you start talking about bring me to tears, because when I started my journey with real estate, it was the same thing. 90% of the areas that we bought properties in, most of the places we bought properties in, it was 90% rentals. So people didn't actually get the property, they didn't get the opportunity to own homes. And of course, not being able to own a home, I know some people are up, and some people say you should not own a home. Some people say you should rent. But to me, owning a home gives you equity in that property, and it sets yourself up to pass something down to your family members, right? So, by us learning how to be the bank and actually giving people the opportunity to own homes, I definitely know that feeling, Rochelle. And I want everybody on this call to learn and know that feeling. because it's power in it, man. You know, like every December, me and my wife, everybody mortgage payment is half, because we know most people default around that time. And then in January, if they made all their payments and for the whole year, we drop their interest rate by 0.5 point. I get to do that. I get to hit people. That's the power in what we get to do. You know what I'm saying? And where normally we'd probably just be making our mortgage payment or struggling to make our mortgage payment. So there's definitely power in that. So I know you're feeling, trust me. You've almost brought me to tears.
Yeah. Hey, Sabor, I just saw Rosie join. I don't know if she can say hello, but she is the other coach. Rosie, if you can say hi, you can chime in. If not, I totally understand.
Hey guys, I'm not going to turn the camera on. I'm at a conference in Ocala, Florida. And but I wanted to say hello. If there's any new people that are on tonight, welcome. You will absolutely love this program. I'm sure you've already spoken or heard all of what this program has to offer. And it is definitely an amazing program. Sabor and his wife are amazing people, along with Renee, for all that they do. And Sabor's heart is really in the right place for helping people. So the last words that I'd like to say is just make sure that you think about you and invest in you. That's the very best gift that you can ever give to yourself. So don't forget to invest in yourself.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Speaking of that, with experiences, I guess it goes with experience. Because I know we charge a fee for the program because we have to pay our coaches, the members, and I'm not talking the coaches. Do you feel that the price is fair to you?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. It is very fair.
Okay.
Yes, it's affordable.
Okay. All right. So anybody
So,
have?
I will say more. I'll just go on. I mean, I kind of talked about my whole ordeal before we even got on the call, and I just talked about how much this program has affected my life. But I really have to say, in meeting you and doing this program, my mindset really has changed, and it has opened up for me to believe that there is nothing impossible that I can't do or that I can't achieve. Before I got into this program, I mean, I knew I could do things, but I never believed it until I actually got in here, because of the things that were happening in my life with my situation. I'm not going to go into details about it was, but it was pretty bad. But in a very short time, just listening to what you were doing and how we helped me out, I just really want to say, my mindset is just so different. Like, I look at everything differently. I used to think of things as problems. Now I think of them in solutions, right? So I had a problem. I used to be like, okay, now I think about it. Okay, well, how can I fix this? What is the solution to this problem? But it's really all based on what I've been learning in this program. I never, like I said, would have went and purchased a car to start a business. I would have never done that. I would have been too scared to do that. I was afraid when we first did our first property together. I was afraid to do it because I just didn't know what to expect, what to do. But going through this program, you've helped me actually, along with my partner, Rosie, get confidence in stuff that I'm doing to really open my business and to go ahead and do it. So I am really grateful to this program. I rant and rave all the time. I just don't even know what to tell people.
So I'm gonna tell y'all, first property we bought together, she was a nervous wreck. Then I brought another deals to her recently. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm in." It was like a totally different. It was a totally different mind. It was totally different.
I was like, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know. I was biting my nails. I couldn't sleep. I mean, it was really like nerve-wracking for me. But he kept saying to me, Renee, just trust me, trust the process, trust me. He said, I'm not gonna steer you wrong. And then after that first deal with that, and then Rosie was there too by my side. So we partnered up. I was ready. I was like, yeah, what's the next one? Let's go. Let's get it. So I'm excited.
So I want to ask everybody, I guess, questions, before we go to the next one, because I know we're over an hour already, guys. So you got to bear with me. I know if you want to drop off, you can drop off. We're not going to be mad at you. We only doing normally an hour, but anyways, credit line increases. What was your process? I know some people have been rejected. What did you do? Like, what was your experiences with those?
Okay, you want to share it?
Oh, the credit, are you speaking to us
Or anybody?
Anybody.
Well, we've had a little bit of challenge, with just getting, some of these derogatories that we have, which continuous inquiries, and that's the only thing that, we just continue to fight forward, because eventually they will fall off.
Or
but
we'll
it
get
really-
somebody on the phone.
But it hasn't really held us back, because obviously, like I said, we've locked in 200 plus in credit line that is, available to us immediately. So I was like, you know what? Don't let any little small thing like that hold you back, is what you always keep in your mind, because you'll have another opportunity. There'll be something else that comes up, and these credit card companies are in the business of giving it out. You just have to find the right way to get it from them and show them, and once you show them how to use it, it'll just grow from there.
And like you said, Sabor, it's being persistent. It's just getting on the phone the next day, and just going after them and telling them to remove that or whatever it is that didn't actually give you a credit line, like that was not my credit, whatever. And they will remove it, huh, babe? We've had plenty instances with which one, Equifax and Experian that removed them. They removed quite a few, Mondo and Ice.
Yeah, I know, like TransUnion right now is a beast. TransUnion right now is giving a lot of people a lot of pushback. Again, for the people that's in the program, under the Facebook page, there is a way I gave an example of how to remove your credit inquiries. I don't worry about them. I probably got like 10 right now. I honestly don't worry about them, but if you worry about them, you feel like they're stopping you, because a lot of times when you get those letters from rejection, a lot of them say too many inquiries in the last couple of months. Me personally, I don't worry about them. My experience with credit line increases recently, so I ran the card up on purpose to like $12,000, and I paid it right back off. And then I went to a credit line increase. They didn't say, they said your past previous month you didn't have a balance. So they didn't see, because you paid it off. And then another card gave me $70, and they basically said you have over $300,000 in available credit, in personal credit. Why are you asking for more? And, so I didn't really, but I got $70 recently, y'all. So,
it's just getting that thick skin, right, Sabor, where it's like next, move on. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah.
But the power in asking for the credit line increases is that even if they reject you, you already know it. You're doing it out of habit, right?
Right.
If I spend $10,000, I'm only at 1% of my utilization, versus if I had $10,000 and I used to spend $10,000, I'm at 100% of my utilization. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't bother me too much. I do it out of habit now, especially on the personal side, business side, they give you but I do it out of habit, honestly, because I'm a ward of my school. I have to do it. It really doesn't bother me. I don't think I would ever get to $1 million in personal credit. Of course, I got $1 million in business credit already, so it doesn't really bother me. But anyways, anybody else got anything about their credit line increases or experiences with asking for credit line increases that they want to share?
Set a reminder on your phone, because that's how I remember sometimes, to set a reminder on my phone. And I did it the other day, and I wasn't expecting to get the amount that on the increases that they actually gave me. So don't count yourself too low, But and I will say too, that a lot of the terms that we use in this program, I find myself using. So it's definitely a mindset thing. Like, I went to the bank the other day and had to make a withdrawal, and she was like, "Oh, you're pre-approved for a personal loan." And I was like, "No, I prefer revolving credit." And she just rolled her eyes at me. So, it's just little saying, like, a movement is a movement. Just different little things that, you don't realize that is being etched into your mind, so much so that it really is a mindset, so much so that you don't even realize it until you're saying it. Like, it was something else. Oh, I was talking to my husband who's deployed, and we were talking about the car that we have, and I don't even remember what he was saying or something. I was like, don't forget, we making payoffs, not payments. He was like, you in this debt race.
Yes.
And so it's just a mindset thing. So even, like if you fall off, get back on,
Yeah, it's very, that's another thing too. It's very simple. It's very easy to go back to that old mindset. It's a thing called self-sabotage, y'all. We can actually self-sabotage ourselves. We be like, oh, this is too good to be true. I've done that. I've actually had to call my mother, and she's like, man, listen, God has given you so much in your life. You've been blessed. It's hard to have millions and then try to keep millions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, my mom always says, and I'm a mama's boy. I have called my mama, and she's like, listen, you have to understand where you come from, to have what you have now, and where you've come from. It's very hard, and but you want to revert back to old mindsets, old banking habits, old beliefs about yourself. I'm not good enough. Shouldn't have this money. I need to stay here because anything I'm gonna do is take risk. And what I mean? It's just those types of things. So trust me, I go through it too. I'm pretty sure everybody went through it. But if you fall off the wagon, you have the tools now where you can pick yourself back up. So definitely, I tell you, encourage you, to stick with the program. But if you fall off, pick yourself back up. I think, is Rodney here? Oh, he's not here tonight. But Rodney was telling me a story this week how he fell off. He went back to saving money. And I'm the type of person, I do not believe having money in the checking account. Everybody that knows me, all my money goes back to my line of credit unless it's extra cash flow. But he ended up saving money, and he actually ballooned his credit card debt. I call it ballooning when you start raising your credit card debt by trying to save money in the checking account. He was doing anything for him, and his credit score dropped all 150 points. So that's a setback for him. But he actually took that money that he was trying to save and applied it back to his lines of credit, and it went back up a little bit, but not back to the 150 points, definitely. All right. So with that, my next one is problems and setbacks. Applying for credit or lines of credit, velocity banking, etc. What kind of problems or setback that you've had that you would like to share with the group that maybe somebody else can benefit from your experiences?
I'll take this one real quick. I remember a few weeks ago, it was probably about a month ago, that we probably had been in maybe 2 months in and stuff like that. And we were steady rising. We were doing, like you said, some of our own footwork, calling in the credit bureaus, getting our addresses updated, and making sure all that was going on. And out of nowhere, I checked my credit one of these days. Like you said, you wake up every couple of days and you just go right into Credit Karma. Like that's like it's clockwork now. You in bed and that's one of the first things you do. Like what they do today. So I checked and my credit score went down 54 points. I started tearing in bed. I was so hurt and stuff. And I waited till it was a decent time, around 9, 10 o'clock, and I texted Renee. And I was like, I don't know what's going on, Renee. I don't know what I did. I didn't do anything. We got stuff taken off. And at that point, we were getting a lot of collections taken off, derogatories. And I'm like, I don't understand. Why would they do that? And like I said, Michelle had already helped me out. And I was like, what's going on? So she even got you on the call real quick. And you guys were really, really, really encouraging. And that's why I said earlier in the call when I was talking about the announcement, you guys are really a community at the end of the day. And it's encouraging. And it helps to keep you on track too. I also mentioned like it was difficult to get out of, like recently it's been difficult to get out the consumer mindset. Like we say in our mantra, it's like we as Americans, we consume a lot of unnecessary stuff sometimes and stuff like that. And it's hard to get back and scale back on stuff and be like, bare necessities and stuff like that. And cook at home more and not too much takeout and stuff like that to really be able to like increase our cash flow in a sense, you know what I mean? Like one of the other young ladies said, like budgeting and all that stuff. And absolutely, that was a setback that almost made me want to doubt what we were doing with this movement and stuff, but I kept to it. And today, honestly speaking, during our call, when we went for I even actually told Renee at one point, one of our other calls, I was like, I don't know if I want to try cards yet. I'm a little scared. Like, you know, we've been having issues. It dropped recently and stuff. But once I tried today and we got our lot, I was very shocked. I was extremely shocked. It also made me feel like, you know, it's not really about your actual credit score. It's actually about how you're using the credit. Like you said, it's like what they're seeing you do with it and stuff. And, you know, if you're paying it off, and I have a habit of just paying everything off as soon as possible, and they seeing that. So, you know, they're trusting you with that, with their money, like you said, with, you know, go ahead, do what you want with it. So like I said, don't be afraid. Don't think about those drops as a bad thing when they inquire. Like even Woody, when they inquired for his last few cards that he was approved for, there was a little bit of a drop, you know what I mean? And stuff like that, and all types of stuff. So just like we said, trust the process, but you know,
Where's
keep
Woody
to
at
it too.
tonight? Where's Woody at tonight? He quiet.
He over here.
Oh, he was on hype today.
I'm here.
I got you. So I think one of my things were problems, I would say, is when we started my wife's business, we went directly straight for, well, of course, we set up the NAV account, of course, but we went directly to Navy Fed to apply for the business line of credit, and they denied us. Credit score is 800. Like, why was denial? Of course, you know what we tell you to do, call the, you know, we always call it reconsideration line, and then of course they award you your credit. But you know, those things can be problems and setbacks for a lot of people that don't know, right? So say you apply for a credit card or a line of credit or even a loan, even though I don't like loans, and you're rejected, right? You can actually go back to the reconsideration line and get those things awarded to you. A lot of times, like I know, Joy, you there? Did she hear me? Oh, she's like, yeah. She downstairs somewhere. But anyways, one of her cards recently, she went for her credit line increase. No, I think it was a new application she applied for, and they rejected her. And then if she called them, the first thing they said was that the person inputted her information wrong. And then she ended up getting $20,000 on that card anyways. It was just a regular flight card. So, you know what I mean? So it's, you know, a lot of times, you know, those are problems, setbacks that we overlook and don't actually follow up on. You know, in our program, if you deny credit, we always tell you wait till you get the letter, and then we go to the reconsideration line. If it's a line of credit increase, of course, you can call it immediately. But if you're applying for new credit, you know, those type of things like that. But those are the problems, setbacks that we had. And I always call them, you know, I always say, I say minor setbacks for major comebacks. So, you know, just be mindful, even when your credit scores drop, you know, if you pay off a card fast, you're not, they don't know what's going on. It's shocks. So your credit score may drop. And then the next 2 weeks or next month, you'll see that credit score is double past of what you currently was. So, you know, just be mindful of that. Those are just minor setbacks for a major comeback, okay?
I also want to add, make sure you guys pay attention to your credit scores, because I just got a medical bill that I knew I paid, and they're telling me I owe a balance on. So I backtracked everything and got my receipt, and they're quick. Now, these medical facilities are quick to turn them over to collection agencies. So they can turn them over within like 30 days. So be mindful if you know you paid them, dispute it.
All right, with that, third question that I want to ask everybody, secondary credit bureaus. So to me, how many people knew about secondary credit bureaus, first of all, before they joined the program?
Nope.
Nobody?
Nope.
Okay. So for those that's new on the call, I'm sorry, go ahead. Somebody said something.
I said, that's all you, man. How all of us know about these secondary credit bureaus, the other 6.
Yeah. So there's. Say that again.
Lachelle put in the chat that she knew.
Okay. So Michelle, how did you know about the secondary credit bureaus?
She wrote she's an attorney.
A lawyer.
Okay, I got you. So most people don't know, they know TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, the ones that give us a score based off our loans, lines of credit, those type of things. But there are actually 6 other credit bureaus that collect personal information.
That is very true. And those, you will learn about those if you join the program.
Those secondary credit bureaus are basically how credit bureaus got started in the first place. So if some bank wanted to award you credit, they didn't look at you, they didn't have a credit score to go to. They would go to your neighbors and find out information about you. So these secondary credit bureaus still exist to this day. They're collecting information like your banking history, your personal addresses, history. They go all the way back to your schools that you went to, those type of things like that. To me, anybody had a problem or process or any kind of procedures that they had to go through with like locking down your secondary credit bureaus that you want to share with the group? Because I know some people locked down their Llc Nexus and they changed their procedure recently, right? You have to do something online now. Can somebody share their experience with Llc Nexus?
Well, Llc Nexus, I mean, you can still lock it down. They used to mail you the report, but now you have to do it on, they'll give you like a code or something that you have to get it online.
Okay. So they'll send you an email and say, hey, your credit bureau has, your secondary credit bureau has been locked down. Here's a link if you want to view your credit report.
Something like that, yeah.
So somebody called me recently and asked me which were the main secondary credit bureaus that they feel that we need to lock down. And I always say Llc Nexus and check systems. Those are the main 2 to me, because even when you go apply for a car loan or a mortgage loan, they normally check those 2. Anybody experienced applying for a new car loan, mortgage, or anything, and they tell them, hey, you got to unlock your, one of those credit. Anybody recently?
I did. So we started my local credit union, needed a car loan, and totally forgot I locked them and totally forgot that I was going to need to unlock them before I asked for the loan. But there's a little placard sitting on the loan originator's, the branch manager's desk that says, that they use check systems. I didn't pay no attention. I saw it the first time we met with her about something else. And then she was like, oh, do you have a lock or something on your check systems? And I was like, yep. She was like, well, we can't really process the loan, approval for the loan if it's not unlocked. And I was trying to do it from my phone, but I didn't have the PIN number. And she was like, it only takes them a couple of minutes to unlock it. They can do it over the phone. Maybe you can get them to send you a temporary. They will not send you a temporary. They will make you go home, go whatever you have to do to find the PIN number that you're supposed to have. So make sure you keep great records and then enter that PIN number. And then you tell them, when you want to unlock it, how long you want to leave it unlocked for. And then they'll, I guess, relock it. They're supposed to relock it on the 1st of February. So it'll be locked again on February 1st. But I went in, asked for $30,000. And she was like, yeah, we can't do that until you unlock it. So I went home, unlocked it, came back to the branch, called her and texted her that it was already unlocked. By the time I got back to the branch, she had all my paperwork ready so that I could go to the dealership.
Does anybody not know what check systems is? What secondary credit bureau's check system is? Everybody knows what check systems is? All right. And everybody has their secondary credit bureaus locked down so far? Most people in the group? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So any business owners on the call, Llc Startup, costs, experiences, anything that you felt that can benefit somebody that they should know about starting up an LLC? My number one thing I'll probably say, when you start up your LLC, and I always encourage everybody, you can start up an LLC, but make sure you put in there that you want to file as an S Corp. That is the best way to pay yourself instead of getting a W-2 and paying yourself. Because now if you get a W-2, you pay yourself through W-2, you end up having to pay income taxes, personal income taxes on that money. But if you do it, pay yourself as an S Corp, you'll do a withdrawal, or they call it draws, depending on how much money you think your company gonna make. and say your company is going to make $40,000, and you pay yourself $1,000 a month, and at the end of the year, say, that company ends up paying a little bit more, you'll be able to take that extra money out. So they call it draw. The thing with a draw is you don't have to pay you don't have to pay taxes on that money. The business has to pay taxes on what's left in there. So I'm going to got an attorney on here. Anybody here do taxes that can explain that better than me?
Is that similar to a shareholder distribution, or is that different?
Exactly what it is, a shareholder distribution.
Okay, okay.
They just call it a draw as a shareholder distribution.
So I have a question. You said that you do an S corp. Mine is a LLC, but we do it as a partnership. So obviously we
No. You can still have an LLC partnership. You just want to file as an S corp. There's a form that you can actually apply. If you didn't do it when you first start up, you still can do it as you apply. When you talk to your tax attorney, they'll tell you, your tax person, they'll tell you what form it is. It's the 2323 form. I think some states is an 8332 form that you fill out during the time. And basically, it allows you to file as an S corp.
Okay. All right. Okay. What would be the advantage besides, because we do take a distribution whenever we want to, since we're filed as a partnership. So what would be the difference between that and the S corp? Is that maybe paying your medical bills or something, or insurance? Or
no.
dental?
So when you file it, when you take yourself as, do you file taxes on the distribution part?
It all rolls into my 1040 because it's all filed as a partnership.
So you do a 1040 and your 1040.
1065. We do a 1065 basically. Yeah.
Okay. So with the way you're doing it, you actually don't have to pay taxes. Your business only pays taxes for the money that's left in there, right?
Right.
So that's why we do it that way. Most people are actually paying themselves W-2s and then end up having to pay taxes twice. So the way you're doing is actually correct. And I don't know if you did it by default or somebody told you to do it that way, but some people
yeah, I got a little help from my CPA.
Okay, got you. Yeah. Some people have been paying themselves by W-2s, which actually negative, impact them because now they're paying taxes twice. You know what I'm saying? So where the business should be paying the taxes off the money that's left over after you pay yourself.
Right. We didn't want to pay self-employment tax and all the FICA and everything else.
Right. Exactly. So believe it or not, we have some people that have a partnership LLC or even a single member LLC that's LLC that even if you have employees, they're paying income wage taxes, like you said.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do we still have time to do the S corp?
Yeah, you can do S corp.
I did not set it up like that.
Yeah, you can do the S corp anytime. Just make sure you talk to your CPA, your tax person. They'll tell you what form you need to fill out. You just fill out the form as you're applying for this. What was I say? Doing this year's tax information.
Okay, because I don't have a CPA yet.
Well, you don't have. I mean, who does your taxes for your business?
Well, we just started in December, so yeah.
Yeah. They'll tell you what forms you need to fill out. And just tell them, hey, I'm a single member LLC or a partnership LLC, and I want to file as an S corp. It's just the way you file. You still keep your LLC. I don't want you to think you're changing your organization. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Credit card applications being denied. We already know that. Call the reconsideration lines and results. I guess this is a big one, overcoming adversity, because Rochelle said it earlier, overcoming adversities and mental conditioning. And I'm sorry, anybody want to stop this now? I know this is a good topic tonight. So anybody that feel they want to leave, you can go ahead and leave. I apologize. We're going over a little bit over. Overcoming adversities and mental conditions. Anybody want to share anything they had to overcome about, mental conditioning that you had? Me, I always grew up, money don't grow on trees. Don't ask me for nothing when we go in the store. You don't look at nothing, don't touch nothing. We had poor money habits and beliefs. So we had to overcome a lot. I had to overcome a lot of that. because to me personally, I felt like those are mentally conditions that even when I had money, I would blow money. Like I wasn't allowed to have money. You know what I'm saying? And so like anybody have adversities or mental conditionings when it comes to money that they have to overcome that recently or previously, I don't care. I know I got some dudes on here that have been spending up some money lately, ballooning their debt.
Yeah, I'll share mine. So I actually came to the States when I was 15 years old. And when I was in Mexico with my dad, we were very, very poor. So we kind of, leave, not necessarily paycheck to paycheck, but like 2 paychecks behind and stuff. So we owe money to pretty much everybody and stuff. And so that's probably one of the things that always has driven me now to, to grow our portfolio and to work hard. And even though we probably have enough, it's always like, okay, that's on the back of my head. Like, I don't want to be in that situation again. So it has, whether a bad, life experience, it has probably made me more driven to and stuff. So take the bad and make it into a positive, and that has kept me going and stuff. I mean, we're still doing it and stuff. But that's probably one of the motivation, or at least my motivation and stuff, because we went through that, and I don't want to go through that again. So, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I always say to myself, man, you can either be the victim or victor. You ever had people in your life that always sit there and they're like negative every time you talk to them? And first you listen to them the first couple times, and then every time you see them at work, they just your neighbor, they just got something negative in their life. And you're like, you don't want to be around me, you know what I mean? So I'm always saying to myself, either I'm going to be the victim or the victor. I'd rather for people call me and ask me for help than people call me and complain. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I always like, like how am I gonna be? So I definitely see you. I definitely see what you're talking about. I think most people on this call come from situations where we didn't have money, and now we're at the point of where how can we create generational wealth and stop living paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to live like that no more. I'm pretty sure most of y'all on this call don't want to live like that no more. And to me, it's like that's the whole mindset that you have here. I'm going to win no matter what. We have a winning mindset, and it's we're saying I'm going to be a victim. I'm a victor and not a victim.
Right. Yeah. I have, we've had to overcome some mental conditioning, adversity with, holding money. We always used to be, we would listen more now lately than ever because cash was king. Well, yeah, cash doesn't seem to be king. And you leveraging your credit and using other people's money makes more sense. And now that we've, been conditioned now to understand what the difference is, we always try to find ways to put money away, and talking to you open up my eyes, and we needed to start liquidating some of that cash that we have sitting in our business to get rid of some of these debts so that we can open up more credit and give us more flexibility. So these are things that I've struggled with because I like to make sure I have enough, but
and it's an old closed mindset. You know what I'm saying? It's what we grew up with.
And growing up, like you said, without limited to what you can have, and not having much of anything, especially with our kids, we like to give them the world. But I understand that, I'd rather teach them, because once you teach them, they'll have something for the rest of their life. They'll understand that, their money is not just given to them. They need to want to make sure that they make good decisions and actually sound decisions to be comfortable and enjoy life.
So if we're gone tomorrow, they'll be able to survive.
Don't have to worry
knowing how to do things.
Yeah, they won't be struggling because they already understand how money works and how they make it to work for them.
Right.
And investing is the best thing. Finding something that can create a residual income for you on a regular basis, so that it frees you up so that you can enjoy doing things that you like doing, spending time with your family and friends, versus having to work 60, 80 hours a week. And there's a lot of people who, myself included, was doing that on a regular basis, and that's changing. The goals are a lot different now in the future. So that adversity has been a big challenge.
Big challenge. Yes, you're right, Sabor.
Yeah, you know, I think to me, personally, we all want our kids to be great, right? But a lot of times we always tell our kids to go to school, get a grade, get a job, right? So one of the things that I did with my kids, man, you know, of course, we all gave them peer-to-peer lending when they were younger, so they grow up. But another thing I gave them the Richest Man in Babylon, my favorite book. But in the story, The Richest Man in Babylon, he actually gave his son all the tools that we teach here. His son left and came back. I think it was 10 years later, and his dad asked him about his adversities, and he's like, "I lost everything that you gave me, but the tools that you gave me, I was able to gain it back tenfold." You know what I mean? So instead of me teaching my kids to go to school, get good grades, and come out with student loan debts, I was able to give them something with this education, and I empowered them. I add all my kids to their line of credit. My daughter in them house is bigger than mine. They have a 4,000 square foot house, and you know what I mean. And they're all business owners. So we, you know, I'm very, very proud of the success that we was able to pass down, me and my wife. So I definitely, Danielle on the phone, she'll tell you their house is beautiful, ain't it, Danielle? Like,
it is.
You know, I just feel very empowered by knowing that I was able to give them education, financial education, that a lot of stuff that we didn't have growing up. So
to bounce off that, I'll say, you know, most of us are 25 and up, you know, so we've learned things for so long that when it comes, people say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's not true. It's just difficult sometimes to unlearn what you know for so long. And so, you know, when you're learning new things, it's easy to go back to those old ways. So I think too, with this program, and even outside the program and whatever it is that you're doing, it's helpful to have an accountability partner, like your coach or Sabor or whoever, you know, because it can be so easy to go back to those old ways. So, or however it is for you, like I have sticky notes around here, you know, with just different little things, because it's so easy to find yourself back in that mindset. And like Sabor was saying, you know, if you're around people who don't understand the new mindset that you're on, that could be an adversity for you too, because you're so used to being, it's for me, especially with family, or friends that just don't get it. Cause then you're like, yeah, well, I remember such and such, but when you know, when you know better, you do better. You would think, but not always. I don't know, y'all.
You said though, have anybody have those conversations when you're trying to tell people about velocity banking, or family members to go to barbecues or whatever, you know, and like, oh, I know. You be like, no, you don't.
I wish they would say, I know. A lot of them, they just shut it down. They're like, oh, well, you know, I ain't even trying to mess with no credit cards, or my credit cards is maxed up. And I'm like, well, that's exactly what I mean. If you use what you're trying to save in your checking account and pay off all those credit cards, then it'll look good and your credit report will go up, and you'd be able to get more credit cards, and you'd be able to, we went somewhere, a shop that I used to help at, and one of the girls in there, she asked me the question, and I actually literally sent her the link for your YouTube page, because I was like, you know, maybe some people could be intimidated by coming in on the call. So I was like, go do some research, watch some of our old videos and look at it and see if it's something that you're interested in. She never texted me back, but her first question was, I want to get some, I want to get I got an LLC and I want to get some business credit going. I was like, well, you know, how's your credit? She was like, my credit's real good. I was like, well, how about what about your personal credit or whatever? She's like, well, I'm thinking about it. I was like, well, no, not necessarily. You should get credit. I mean, I like credit. Well, she's Trinity, so she's Jamaican. So she's like, I like credit cards and stuff. I mean, I mess with that stuff too much, you know? And I'm like, well, you know, that's how you build credit. And her client, she's a beautician. So her client is in the seat, and the client starts nodding, like as if to say she knows what I'm talking about. I'm like, it's not necessarily your business credit. You can build your personal credit that would also then eventually build your business credit too, if you're feeling like, you know, I think it's one and the same in a sense, you know. And she's like, oh, well, okay. So I sent her the link. I don't know, she hasn't come through yet, but you know, it's difficult sometimes, because like they're like you said, either oh, I know, or they're like, I don't know about that too much. You know, it sounds kind of too good to be true. I'm like, well, I'm not trying to sell you something. I'm just trying to teach you something that could help you out in the long run, you know?
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
has, we have a lot of people that have negative beliefs and habits about money and credit, definitely. Anybody else have any
On the mental conditioning part, it also comes from other places like family. It might even come from religious background. I consider myself, my husband, like we're really traditional. We have very traditional roles. What a man is supposed to do, what a woman is responsible for. Going into our marriage, it was like what's his is mine, but what's mine is mine. So he's the protector, provider. So Raheem's job has always been to protect and provide for our family. So I could contribute as little or nothing to our household finances over the soon to be 23 years we've been married. And that's how we've operated, but it always has worked for us. However, since we started doing the velocity banking, it's Danielle mentioned having an accountability partner. I could spend my money any way I want to beforehand, and no one can check me on it. And there's no record of someone going, well, why did you spend this? Or, is it really necessary that you're using this much money every month on this particular thing? And I could do that before. Now I don't necessarily do those things. I've grown up a lot since early in our marriage when I would buy $400 boots and just march them in the house all willy-nilly and, not have to explain to anyone what they cost. But it's made us more of a partnership. Like we thought we were partners beforehand, but like we are really partners now. It was like ride or, not ride or die, but ride or live partners. We have a game plan. We have plans, every week to pay our bills. We sit down and we talk money and strategies all the time. It's probably the center of most of our conversations. We also are passing that information on to our daughter and our son, and he's 5. It's just made us even better partners. Prior to the program, we purchased a vehicle, and the salesman said, you two work really, really well together. He was like, she says one thing, you have the answer for that. He says something, you have the answer for that. I haven't been able to get a word in edgewise, and you're walking out of here with this vehicle. And we were like, well, thank you. Fast forward, we get the debt weapon program. We've gotten even better with that, those types of strategies. And we just look forward every day, strategizing on something, building, wealth for our family and our future family. There's nothing we look at that we don't think we can afford at this point. I mean, we walked through Bass Pro Shops a couple of months ago, and we would never stop in like the boating section, but we stopped and looked at the boats. We were like, oh, 22,000. It would take us, okay, maybe 10 months to pay that off, or 15 months if we did it this way. And we stood there for a while and probably looked at 3 different boats. And we're like, okay, we could do that. We do the same thing with talking about our mortgage. We're like, okay, this is the number. As soon as we do these 3 things, we can tackle this mortgage. It'll take us, this amount of time. Maybe by the time my 17-year-old finishes college, it will be paid off. I'm like, ooh, that's in record timing. But mental conditioning is a big part. You really have to get over those things that you've just been either taught, you believe in, and they really can set up obstacles that you didn't know were there, that you needed to get over in order for you to, as a couple, as a family, to grow. And I definitely appreciate the program for that, because we're growing in ways we didn't think of before.
You said one thing that I didn't think of to ask, bill pay. You say y'all strategize on how to pay bills. What are some of y'all strategies that you're using now to pay bills? Like me, I wake up every Friday, pay my bills. Y'all already know that. That's my thing. I get up at 4:30, pay all my bills every week. I like to have my lines of credit paid up. What are some strategies
I
y'all?
don't even sleep. What are you talking about?
Sunday is the day we sit down and we pay the bills. By Friday or Thursday, the money is in the bank. We know what the balances are on all the accounts. We sit down, we pay the bills together. Raheem used to like to jump the gun and pay. Oh, we have the money in the account, we're going to pay. Nope, we have to wait till Sunday, sit down, talk about, figure out maybe sometimes where we've overspent in places, because, you start swiping when we weren't people that swiped before. My husband's definitely used to be a believer in cash is king. So we weren't swiping. Well, he wasn't swiping, I was swiping. We sit down on Sundays and we pay the bills, and going into the next week, we're like, okay, everything's back at 0 or where it needs to be until the next week. And we sit down the following Sunday, the next coming Sunday, and we do that all over again.
That's dope. I like that. Joy, don't be telling nobody I don't sleep.
3 o'clock in the morning, you wind up on your phone, and then next you know it, I see a post on our group chat. I'm like, that's why you ain't sleep.
He doesn't sleep.
We all know it's true.
Yeah, you don't sleep.
All right, anybody else got a strategy that you're using that somebody else can probably benefit off of? So you pay once a week on yours. Or anybody else got a strategy that they use they think that anybody can benefit from?
I need to start doing that strategy.
I mean, I do it every Friday, and it works.
We also look at places where we can cut back. We recently decided that we're gonna get rid of our cable. Like we pay an astronomical, we pay $174.86 a month for cable. It's like cable, phone, internet. We don't have a landline, so we don't need phone. We watch more shows on streaming services than we do regular TV. So we're giving them too much money. We only need to be paying for the, an internet service, every year, and not giving them, almost $2,000 or over $2,000 a year for cable. So we're like, okay, we're gonna do streaming services and like our local news that we can get on an app on our phone. And that'll cut out the need to pay Frontier $175 and change every month. There's just free money they were getting because there's nothing on television that we can't stream.
I'm gonna say this. Renee used to, when she first got a client, she'd be like, "Support, look at all these subscriptions. Look at all these subscriptions they got. They need to cut them."
I can see her doing that.
All in my look at it.
Not back
on camera for that one.
Not camera for that.
Renee, they gotta live. She's like, no, this is way too much stuff. They got this, that. Cut it out.
They live in their
Renee's
best.
like, do you really need Netflix?
Yeah, exactly. How she do it, Tamika?
Do you really need Netflix? Well, I'm just asking you to just not do that for a couple of months. Just a couple of months. We can revisit this later, Tamika.
Yeah.
It's up to you, but I suggest.
We found an easy way. An easy way to do that is I tell my kids, if you want it, you pay for the Netflix. I don't watch that much TV. We could just pay for internet. I provide the internet. You get one pay HBO Max, one pay Netflix, one pay this.
Mecca's about to be mad at you because I'm about to give her a bill. Mecca's about to be mad.
So that's why Renee be giving us those book suggestions. Okay.
So I'm going to say this: if you do have streaming services, or you're paying your bills on a line on your line of credit, personal line of credit. So, this is for people that have their bills on their personal line of credit. Make sure that you link that credit card that you're paying on your bills onto Experian Boost, because you can still get your credit score boost even by using your credit card on those bills. So you're
Well, I need to do that now.
Wait. Say that again, Saber, please.
Your Experian Boost, your Experian credit union, they have a thing called Experian Boost. All the cards, all the bills that you move to your lock, to your line of credit, you want to link that card to your Experian Boost. You still want that by making those monthly payments. They're going to do pull all the payments that you made and boost your credit score off that. And every month they'll continuously do that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
That's a good nugget that was dropped.
There's something new. I'm glad we stayed on the call.
This is for the business owners. If you have your debts on the business card,
that's that late night call stuff. That's that late night meeting stuff. You see how it stayed long?
You knew, huh, Michelle? You knew.
Michelle said, I already know. But if it's a business owner, you cannot do that, unfortunately, because they will not allow your business card, unless it's one of the business card that report to personal credit. I think it's Discover and Capital One. You may pull, but I wouldn't recommend you have your income on a reporting card. I mean, your debts on a reporting business card. That's crazy.
So Saber, I hate to interrupt you guys, but it is 10 o'clock. I have to go, guys, because I have to get up by 5:30 in the morning to do my double shift. So I am going to have to leave this call, and I will see you guys.
I'm done. You can go ahead. Anybody want to close out with random thoughts? Renee, you was already there.
Oh, no, I didn't know if you was gonna keep going. I just didn't want to leave without explaining why. But if you're gonna, if you think we're done, then I'll just wait to the end.
I'll just save the questions for next week. This session was really dope. I got a lot. I'm pretty sure people have got a lot of jewels out of it, and everybody's have helped everybody here. So I really appreciate you sharing your thoughts and experiences with everybody here.
Thank you.
If you if that is the case, I don't know if we have anybody still new on the line, but I'll just go through the I'll just share my screen real quick just to go through the youth and then the levels of the programs, if anybody's interested in who they can contact. So if you can let me share screen, I will do that. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
No.
Okay, so we do have a session for our youth, and I believe they're what 18 to 25, say board age.
Yes, ma'am. 18 to 25.
18 to 25. They meet twice a month, right? On Tuesdays.
Yes, they don't get a personal coach. I am their coach on the youth meeting, but it's basically like a group setting. Each one teach one on those calls.
Yep. Just so that people know that the youth that we do have in this program, we do have some parents that are in the debt weapon program that put their children in the youth program. And they have had some remarkable results. These children are 22, 23 years old, and they're already in the 800 club. So they're getting their feet right, their a head start with their credit, so they can be set for their financial futures. So if you have children that you think might be interested in getting some financial education to get their mindsets changed and understand how money works, please get them enrolled in the special session for the youth. I believe the cost is $20 a month, and they meet twice a week for 1 hour every other Tuesday. Is that correct? And if you do, okay, if you do want to have your youth, or if you are interested in joining the program, you can actually reach out to Rosie at demirifunding.com. She is the member chair. You can email her. She'll get back to you within a 24-hour period. So please give her time to respond. Or if you reach out to me, I do try to respond within 24 hours. I do work a lot, but I will get back to you as soon as possible. And these are the levels of the programs that we do offer, which most of our memberships are right now. They're in the bronze level. We do have the investing gold level and then the business silver level, and those are the fees, which I believe they're very reasonable fees. We've have a couple of members that are moving up from the bronze level to the investing level, which is very good and very interesting. And again, if you're interested, please reach out to Rosie, our member chair, at Rosie at demirifunding.com. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me, Renee at demirifunding.com. And if you have any other questions, you can also reach out to support at demirifunding.com, and someone will get back to you at a reasonable time. We try to do it within 24 hours, but if we don't, just bear with us. So that's it for tonight as far as that is concerned. And that's it.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful week. I probably want to follow up on this to next week. A lot of very good information. We went over a little bit tonight. So I definitely want to follow up on the same topic next week, everybody's past experience or anything that you go through this week. So make sure you please share. As always, I appreciate everybody coming on, especially our members. You don't have to be here because you got your coaches, but you're here every week. So I definitely appreciate you all. And, see y'all next week.
Okay, well, so more, since we hanging up, I do still need to see you for like 5 minutes, real quick.
All right. Good night, everyone.
All right, guys.
Stay safe for those who dealing with the snow. Be safe.
Oh, yeah.
Don't go on Amazon. Remember, you
too.
are an investor, not a consumer.
That's right.
Talk about it,
y'all.
Good night. As I order an Amazon package.
Tell her again.
Joy.
Amazon.
You are an investor, not a consumer. Stay off Amazon, girl. You can do this. I believe in you, girl.
I got him a shovel.
No Target either. I know all the culprits.
She bought me a snow shovel.
I got him a snow shovel.
But I understand that. You like, but I got you something too. I got you something.
That's what she gotta do. You gotta sneak a little something in there.
All right. Good night. Love y'all.
All right, good night. So Sabor, I just have this one quick question for you.
Okay, hold on, let me knock Raheem out. He's probably busy.
Okay.
And let me stop.
I just want to